And welcome back to the Constitution Line by Line. I'm Paul Fabrizio.
And I'm Don Frazier. I represent the historical perspective.
I represent the political perspective.
Yeah. And betwixt the two of us, we're finding some interesting things out about the Constitution.
We sure are. All right, we are on Article 3, the Judicial Branch, Section 2, the Jurisdiction of the Federal Courts, Clause 1, 2, 3, 4, Clause D. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the judicial...
Well, Part D of Clause 1.
You're right. I apologize.
That's right.
Part D, Clause 1. So the judicial power shall extend to controversies in which the United States shall be a party, to controversies between two or more states.
All right.
Okay?
So if you sue the federal government, it's their jurisdiction.
I thought you couldn't sue the federal government.
I don't know. Can you not? It sounds like they could be listed as a party in a case.
There's an established principle in law, and the author of this book, Mr. Cook, says it's a well-established principle of law that, quote, the sovereign cannot be sued in his own courts. It turns out you can sue the United States. You just need permission from the United States to sue it. And Congress actually has laid out the rules, process, procedures. And in the end, that goes to the Solicitor General of the United States.
I wonder what that guy did.
And he is, for those who aren't familiar with the title, he is the number 5 person in the Department of Justice.
Okay.
And he has 2 responsibilities. One is to represent the United States before the U.S. government, before the U.S. court system.
Okay.
So he's often called the 10th Justice of the Supreme Court.
Interesting.
And the other one is to make it a determination whether to allow suits against the United States. So he sits there and says, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. You caught us on that one. All right, so bring it on. Yeah. This will be interesting. I enjoy a good rodeo.
Yeah. So that's the job. It's a presidential appointment. And so President Trump has appointed the Solicitor General, whose name I just forgot. Neil Francisco. Okay, he is the Solicitor General of the United States. And they get the responsibility for deciding if you get a sue. Now, why would a state sue another state?
Water rights. Things, just immediately come to mind. Between New Mexico and Texas, for instance.
Give us an example.
Well, Texas is sucking the aquifer dry by irrigating cotton in the panhandle. You go right across the border into New Mexico, and it's nothing but rangeland. They are not sucking it dry. But the aquifer lies between both states. So who has more access to the water, Texas or New Mexico? That's one that just comes to mind.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so if you go on, Google Earth or something like that and look at the panhandle of Texas and then northeastern New Mexico, you'll notice a big difference in vegetation.
Yeah, it's because of that. My favorite are boundaries. And
boundary disputes. There's plenty of those to talk about.
Yeah, and often boundaries between states are rivers.
Yes.
And rivers can sometimes move.
Oh, there's a big one going on with the Red River right now.
I was just about to bring it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, there's a big chunk of Texas that's no longer Texas. It's Oklahoma by the boundary.
Yeah.
But this goes all the way back to the old Greer County controversy.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Greer County?
No, you tell us.
All right, so
Where's Greer County?
Greer County is actually the very southwestern corner of Oklahoma.
Okay.
And the question was, which branch of the Red River was the boundary between Texas and Oklahoma?
Okay.
Because if you claim it's the Red River, but the Red River has 3 branches, is it the northern branch, the middle branch, or the southern branch? And Texas says, well, of course, it's the northern branch. And so you have the panhandle,
Oklahoma says, no,
and then kind of a bulge, and then the rest of Texas, the rest of the boundary. So in the 19th century, there was controversy over, where Greer County actually fell. Now, it is not the most highly desirable real estate.
Right.
But
still,
it's real estate.
And with real estate comes taxes.
Absolutely. And so what's going on now is the Red River has shifted, and there has been some land that has now fallen beyond the original border. And so whose land is it?
Right.
And how do we decide? So in this particular case, the Bureau of Land Management has come in and seized that property to essentially hold it until it can be determined. But these ranchers are going, wait, you can't just take
seize our
600 acres of my ranch because, the river shifted because it had a big flow. Let's give it a couple of years. It'll flow back the other direction.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of gritty feelings right now along the Red River in northern Texas. And somebody's going to have to sort that out. Sounds like it's the federal court system.
Exactly. Where else would you go? Obviously, Texas would love to sue Oklahoma in Texas courts.
Yeah, there's people in Texas that would love to invade Oklahoma.
And
there's a lot of people in Oklahoma that would welcome them.
Yeah. And by the way, this is not that unusual. Texas and New Mexico have had issues over the border.
Oh, sure.
And I used to live in Georgia and Alabama, the Chattahoochee River. There was disputes over that.
Yeah.
There's questions about pollution,
about
sewage.
Say, pollution's going to be the next one, water pollution, air pollution, things like that.
Exactly. So it's not uncommon for states to sue other states.
Yeah,
it's just the way it goes.
And where do those cases fall? In the federal court system.
They go to the federal courts.
Because of that semi-clause.
Yep. So you can sue the federal government. It's not an easy process. No. And states can sue other states in federal court.
And that's what our line tells us. So that's our line. Next time. Thanks.